Welcome back to Speargrass Forge. If you're new here, thanks for coming. If you're coming back, thanks for returning. Today, we'll be making a set of Wolf Jaw Tongs out of 16mm stock bar. Stick around. Now, the key to making tongs, as far as I'm aware, as far as everything I've learned, is pretty much the same, no matter what tongs you're making. Now, of course, you do the first set down. This is what I'm attempting to do here. Squeeze it up. Of course, we want to leave plenty of meat on this bar. We want to leave plenty of meat on this bit because this will become our jaws. And of course, the end is a little bit stepped out of the way I cut the bar. But that's okay. We'll fix that up later. Also, with fire management, it'll be different for every forge, but finding the hot spot of your forge, generally in the centre of the fire, but that's to go without saying. Mine's actually in the centre of my fire. It's a little bit back this way because that's where the centre is. That's fine, as long as I know where it is, I can use it. And of course, as the fire burns, as the forge fire burns down and stuff, it will move slightly because of the shifting the shifting fuel. But it's always generally in the same spot. Right, now that's about the second, that's the first bar, it's bound about halfway now. We'll fix up the jaws later, but we'll do the boss and everything first, and then we'll dress the jaws. A little bit of a warm day today. Make sure when you're forging to keep up your fluids. Very easy to get dehydrated. The last thing you want to do is go fainting at a forge. Now these pieces of stock are almost the same length. I think there's maybe 5-10 mil difference, which means the best way to know where they are centered in the forge is by keeping the rear end, the handle end of the stock, keeping it even. That way I know where both of the front ends are, even though they're under the coal. Now, to follow Roy from Christ Centered Ironworks, I'm going to go to the opposite side of the bar, 180. I'm going to do the same thing, about a cube of stock. Just hit that. So half on, half off. And set down the other side. I set down the same side. I'm a twit, aren't I? Whoops-a-daisy. Well, what am I going to do here? Oh, well, mistakes like this happen sometimes, simply because you're not paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. I just literally said turn it 180, and I didn't do it. So, there's no such thing as mistakes in blacksmithing over rapid redesigns. Well, what I can do is I can nip that off, right, and start with this section of the bar. Just means I'm going to have to measure it against the other one. I'm going to be slightly off with my stock. So that's what I'm going to do. Whoops. That's what this is about. It's about making mistakes and learning from mistakes and stuffing up, basically. Cut this bit off. Be 100% sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this in the video or not. Probably will. Alright, so let's try again with this piece. Right, so this side 180, across the other side about a cube. Don't hit things with a hot cut still in. Lose fingers that way. And I'm kind of fond of me digits. Right, let's try it again. Right, about a square over. Yep, don't move it. Slight double cut in there. It's alright. Fix that up later. Now with charcoal, don't be afraid to burn it like it's going out of fashion. You're going to burn through a fair bit with charcoal, simply because it doesn't coke up. That's why Smith got into using coal. It does burn slightly more efficiently, burns slightly hotter, but at the end of the day, you can use what you got. Right. 2 cubes. Now, something I had answered recently, and unfortunately I can't remember who answered it. If I find it, I will definitely link the. I'll definitely credit the person in the description. But with especially with thicker stock, not so much 16 mil or 12 mil, but particularly with thicker stock, I always wondered why. I didn't really wonder why, but I asked the question anyway. Why sometimes you heat it up and then let it sit in the fire for a little while, to let it soak, so to speak, and that's so that the heat, the outside of the bar heats up fairly well, fairly quickly. But particularly with thicker stock, you're going to let that heat radiate and heat up the center of stock. Otherwise, when you're forging out and you're not forging into the center as well. So something to keep in mind if you're looking at forging thicker stock. Right, so check I don't get a double step. Make sure it can stay square, and that goes back in the fire to heat up again. $180, bit of cube. Now, Again, turn it away from me. 45. Back up. Nice and hot. Right, so let's work on this again. Right, so again here. Oops, a little bit sparkly, which means I've got it. That's basically forge molten temperature. Dress out the boss a little bit. Right, and on that looks like it's done. So now, back to working on and refining the tip, the actual jaws, and we'll get onto that. Oi! And it looks like I might have melted the end on this one. Yeah, I've melted the end on this one. Ew, she's ugly. Looks like I'm cutting this one off and starting again. Maybe not, we'll see if we can work it out. From the look of that, I might just have to cut this one off and start again, because I've melted the tip. That's alright, that's life, but you know, obviously it means I left it in there. I should have pulled it out. Oh well. Que sera. Righty. So we hot cut out again. break it off, cool it off. We'll have a look at what I've done. Alright, so as you can see, I've melted it and had all these voids and everything in it. Now I didn't want to risk using it because that's going to break at some stage. So better off cutting it off, just starting again. Mistakes happen. You'd be surprised the junk piles of all the Smiths out there. You know, junk pile, drop-offs, mistakes, scraps, things that have been messed up. So that's a mess up. Just cut it off, start again. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Now, the other day I went and bought this handy dandy cold chisel. Now, yep, make sure the line's straight. That would help. That's why a lot of Smiths use a curved one, because that way they can line up and just roll the chisel. I don't have anything like that at the moment. So what we're doing now, just spreading the jaws. A little bit uneven, but hey, this is my first set. So here to back up, spread them out a little bit more and do 3 sets, cross sets in it. Alright, let's start again with the other one. 1, 2. Once you got the set in place, it's a little bit easier to make it bigger. Yeah. A little bit uneven there, but hey. First set. I'm going to forgive myself. Wait. It's sparkly again, but not as much as last time, so that's good. So this time, heat up this bit of bar, go on over 180 and hammer down there, right, and then turn away and go. Make sure it's fair. Back into this. Right. So. And that Rat jaw's done. So now I draw out the reins a little bit from about here. Draw them out a little bit, so I'm not carrying so much weight on the tongs. Through that section there. See how we go. I'm liking the way that looks so far. Alright, 180, a little bit further than half, but square. Righty. That's all right. Right. Right, so these are now pretty much done. I'll do the same thing with this I did with the other ones. Narrow it down a bit, spread it out. I'll leave this one out for the moment because I want to figure out exactly where on this they are on the other one so they match up. But at the moment, drawing the range out in this one. So, we're both back over the anvil. Oh, they're both a bit hot. So if I line up the jaws, I can see this one's a bit short. That's alright. I might just lop off the end of this one and just work on these two. So let's hold these together for a moment. Put a mark there, a mark there, so I know what I'm working with. Yep. I might have enough to put in the end. We'll see. I'll definitely do these two across. This end one, not so sure. Oh no, I've got enough. I'll just have to maybe lop off the end, just the tip of this one, so that they match up when we get to put them together. Alrighty, let's do this. So that one's across there. That one is across there. And this one there. Now hopefully these line up. They should do. But you never know. Over the edge here, just bit of a spread out. There we go. Look at that. Let's screw it up a bit. Alrighty. I'm going to save you the headache of, you've seen a little bit, but I'm going to draw these reins out as well. Save you the headache of watching that. I'll be back when I'm ready to punch the holes and rivet together, lining all the jaws up and everything like that. So I saved you a long and drawn out process of lengthening and drawing out. Gotta love dad jokes. And so now I'm just about cut one of the reins off the stock bar. That way I'm not working with too much stock. And I'll let it cool down and I'll punch and drift the hole and fix the jaws up and we'll get them joined. The one I'm working on is a little bit short, so, well, not short, but the bar's starting to heat up on the handle end. Not uncontrollable, but better off just. Keep this. Oh, stayed on the anvil. Sweet, so that's one done. Grab a pair of tongs and let you have a look at it. So that's one side done. Now I've just got to probably quench the end, stick it back in the fire on that end, so we can work on the jaws and drifting and punching the boss. Okay, cutting off the second bar. Hey, come here. Alrighty, put this one here, just to show the comparison length. This one's a little bit thicker. It's also a little bit shorter. So when I draw out the end just to put the kink on it for any tong clips, that will draw out a little bit. So I'll do that now. And I did this one while this was heating up, so I'll show you doing this one. And then we'll get to punching and setting the boss. In the shade it's still a dull red, so it's a little bit cold now. Heat it up one more time. It's nearly there. Round her off. Now. Okay, so once I finish rounding it out and drawing it out, you want to just have the jaw up. Right, and just roll it away just a little bit, just so that it's got a little bit of a kick up when the jaws are closed. Make sure that's straight. Now these dags at the end, I'm probably going to file them off. Once I've finished, I'll just hang it in the vise and just file them around. No point doing it now because I'll mess up my work. So let's do the other one, same thing. So just flat, jaw up, flat, roll out, not much, just a little bit, just to make sure it's straight. And there we have it. Just cool that off and get ready to set the boss. So just before we get into it, just show you how it sits. So it sits about there. Right. I have to do a little bit of filing in there just to get it to sit. This one's a little bit rougher than this one, so just to get it to sit nice. But there you go, the divots line up, and looks pretty good to me. Might get a centre punch and just mark the centre of those. A bit on the higher side. About there, I think. Hopefully I don't drop it. Back in, heat her up. And we'll go from there. Careful with the double hits because you might double punch and that's not a good thing. really got a dark spot on the other side yet, so. I'll hit that one more time, drive through from this side again, and we'll flip her over and drive through from this side. Shear it off. The saying, punch hot, shear cold. Enough of dark spot yet. There-ish. Hit her up again. Taking longer than expected. Wait. And she's through. Just need to drive it through. Drive it out the other side. Come on. There we go. Nearly through. There we go. Oh, come on. Get out. There we go. One through there. Through the other. Righty. Back in the forge, heat them up. Cooling off the handles at the moment. Check out that massive bit of slag at the back there. It'd be melted rocks and all sorts and that. Now, we've got to actually hold these closed and tight, because otherwise they're not going to sit properly. That's good. And that's good. Bit more closed. Cool. Have it this way. Good there. It's good there. And it's good there. Alrighty. Well, there we go. So, some Wolf Jaw Tongs for 16mm square bar. Not as intuitive as I would have liked. It's not hold fairly well. Might have to, it's a little bit wide on the handle, might have to fix that. Heat up this section here and close them off just a touch. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Also, click on the links to check out my previous videos, and also check out Roy from Christ-Centered Ironworks and his playlist on making tongs. It's a fantastic resource for new blacksmiths and beginning blacksmiths. And thanks for watching. Cheers.